I think Christmas, what a strange reaction to a long, dark dream so close. And its action, some kind of motion that leaves us quiet and still as stone. Somewhere in the lamplight, I hear a question. Oh, it sounds so very warm, and it moves in my direction. Yes, it moves like a reason to be born. Oh, is that you? Oh, just some blue electric. Is that you, or 1,000 of my dreams? Is that you, holding the sky over the bubble? Is that you? Is that you? 'Cause I think Christmas and I don't know what it means. Well, I feel morning, think it's Sunday morning. There's geese flying south of the park, and there's a willow with the slowest tears, and a message that's carved in the bark. And I know rain, I know it's raining. I see drops around your eyes. Those eyes here in the lamplight, they won't tell me how or why. Is that you? Oh, just some blue electric. Is that you? Or 1,000 of my dreams? Is that you? Holding the sky over the bubble? Is that you? Is that you? 'Cause I feel morning and I don't know what it means. Just some blue electric. Is that you? Or 1,000 of my dreams? Is that you? Holding the sky over the bubble? Is that you? Is that you? Here in the dark, I don't know what it means. Thank you. I just want people to listen. If they're just listening and they're engaged and they're not on their phones and they're in the moment and they take something from it that they didn't have that affects them in a provocative way. I'm not even concerned with making them happier necessarily. It'd be nice if everybody left and was full of joy and, you know, skipped out and all did a circle outside and we could all, you know, that'd be great if that happened every show. But I don't know. My music isn't really like that. So as long as it's provocative in some way or inspiring movement and thought, I guess, engaging is probably the right word. was cool when I met her up in Butte, Montana. Oh, she was a lot too free, I was a little too wild. I could tell right away she's a holy child. And we're awake, all right under the northern lights tonight. It's the angels gone electrical. It's so hard to be skeptical of the sky. Oh, we don't ask why. We just sit and watch the gods roll by. Her eyes were black, her hair was gold. She lived way down the end on Patterson Road. It was a busted trailer on a mountain stream. Oh, who needs heaven? It's a hell of a dream. And we're awake, all right under the northern lights tonight. It's the angels gone electrical. It's so hard to be skeptical of the sky. Oh, we don't ask why. We just sit and watch the gods roll by. Old Mexican blanket, screw top wine. Yeah, she's wrapped all around me like a Bordeaux vine. Oh, and I don't care if I ever leave. Yes, I can feel all my tricks running down my sleeve. And we're awake, all right under the northern lights tonight. It's the angels gone electrical. It's so hard to be skeptical of the sky. Oh, we don't ask why. We just sit and watch the gods roll by. We just sit and watch the gods roll by. Thank you very much. Thank you. Long Black Vine, I believe, started as a guitar part. Somebody asked me about the tuning tonight. I was messing around with this tuning that I got from Chet Atkins. And so I just sort of found this thing that I liked. And then I think at the same time I started to read Rexroth, the poet Rexroth. And it was really heady stuff. Me and poetry is sort of a love-hate thing, but I was reading poetry when I was at this bar that I go to with my friends, and he kept talking about that in there somewhere, like the Long Black Vine, and that image just kept coming into my head. And so I talked to my friends, and I read more about the Long Black Vine, and then I went home and had that guitar part worked out, and song just kind of happened after that. Just, you know, I just it was a quick one. I just penned it out. I had enough, you know, little pieces floating around the ether, and it just sort of became a song. Long drive going nowhere when nowhere suited us fine. We stopped, picked every wildflower except the one at the end of that long black vine. Those days were made to see, and they're always leaving me. That night by the ocean, I could taste the waves on your skin. You played with the moonlight, the only game that you always win. Those nights were just kids at sea, and they're always leaving me. Oh, I hope that I don't ever see you change. It's a feeling you don't notice till it's gone. When they tell you that it's time to act your age, you tell them time never aged anyone. Stand long in the springtime of your measure of things. Time wins every race between the poets and the kings. Now we plan each hour to a T, and they're always leaving me. Oh, I hope that I don't ever see you change. It's a feeling you don't notice till it's gone. When they tell you that it's time to act your age, you tell them time never aged anyone. You tell them time never aged anyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. I've been a part of a band for a long time. I've always been. I started out as a drummer, and then I played rhythm guitar and some lead guitar, and always wrote and sang a little bit, sang harmony and sang a couple songs. But I've always been a member of the band. From the beginning of Rusty Belle gigs, when we had 4 people in the band, often we would, when I'd go out for a smoke between sets, people wouldn't know that I was in the band, which was pretty cool. It was great for me because I could just stand there and nobody would talk to me, and I could, you know, do my thing and watch people and whatever I do. And I've always I like that. If there was a way to do this where I could, like, you know, be like whatever the blue chick is from X-Men or something, and just switch my face, you know, when I get off the stage. You know what I'm talking about. What's her name? Yeah, Mystique. Right. So I could just switch my face, and then nobody would know who I was, and then I could get back on the stage that's sort of where my comfort level is, because I get, it's being the only person. I've only been doing this for a very, short amount of time, off and on for, a couple years maybe. And it's totally different. Everybody looks at you to be, to deliver the goods. You can't really just be like Jimmy Page and sort of hang out on the side and be like, yo, I'm cool. And then, everyone's like, wow, he's great. And that's so awesome. That's the role that I naturally have fit into. And this is more just me seeing if my personality can take it. And if it can take it, if it likes it. And we'll see. I like it tonight. I mean, you guys are cool, and I'm gonna go home and feel great, because nobody did it but me. It was just me up here.
Please be kind to me, northern girl, and hide your eyes from the lonely world and wait a while for me. Don't give in to better days. A kinder man and the song he plays. Just wait a while for me. That doesn't call your name. Don't let down your raven hair. It's a picture I just can't bear. Oh, wait a while for me. I don't wanna play no song that doesn't call your name. Oh, I don't that doesn't call your name.
I mean, if we're just talking career-wise, I don't know what I'm doing. I just, like, do the best I can and write and play as good as I can and try to be, I mean, there's all this, it's crazy now. I mean, as an artist, I mean, whoever's doing it knows, or, it's like a small business. You have to be a promoter. You have to be your own booking agent. You have to make your own posters. You have to know how to use a spreadsheet in more ways than just typing in each box. You actually have to know how to like do those codes and stuff that like I remember learning that and being like, that's some fucking knowledge that I'll never use again. And I'm actually using that being a guitar player and a songwriter. So there's this, that side of it, to me, takes away from being an artist. And I have to try really hard to do that. And it takes away simply because there's only so many hours of the day, and I have to spend half of them on the computer in order to work, in order to do my thing. And if I didn't have to do that, I could spend it getting better at my craft, which is what I should be doing, I think. But the way for these, say somebody like in my situation, or my position, whatever it is on the ladder of the music world, I don't really know. I don't know. I think there's a lot of avenues, or there's a lot of possibilities maybe that are opening up, because the way the music business is really, it's overcrowded. I mean, you can't walk down the street because there's too many people on it. I don't know any other time in history. I could be wrong about that, but I just think everybody in the music business has so many CDs on their desk from artists now that there's no way. I mean, there's virtually no chance that you can send something in cold, like not knowing anybody, and get them to. I mean, it's like saturated beyond the point of you can't even think of it. People are, years behind listening to records that I've talked to. So there's that problem. And I think what would fix it is if musicians weren't allowed to use any technology, or if there was like some sort of rule, like sort of like college, or like the NBA. Like we had like a farm league or something for musicians, right? So there's like a farm league, so there's like a split. You have like a musician farm league where like you go and you play and it's like AAA ball and it's great, and then you get called up to the majors and you get to go play the cool places. Or you get to have your stuff, some sort of like set division where you actually have to like go, you have to like earn it somehow. Because otherwise, the way people used to earn it was they would go into the studio and they would just kick butt. It's like Otis Redding had to sing all that stuff, like start to finish, go sing it. And so he's ready for the majors. Like he could just do that. And if you couldn't do it, then you just couldn't do it. And that was it. There wasn't a whole lot of like computer, or whatever they could do with tape over the years. I'm no expert in recording either, but it's now it's like if you can play for 5 seconds in a row, you can make a record, and they can just string a bunch of those 5 seconds together, and it sounds pretty good. I've been listening to music for a long time, and sometimes, I can always tell if it's like, yeah, it doesn't sound great, but it doesn't suck either. It's like somewhere in the middle. So there's got to be some way that it's never going to happen, but or like people need to make, like audiences need to be like, we're not going to take this shit anymore. If you can't play all the way through, we're fucking out of here. And that would just fix it. And then all these people would go home and like get a real job, man.
it's free out on the sea. If I live, I'll tell you what I found. But if I die, don't cry for me. Rather float through eternity than try to make my way through solid ground. Yeah, I'm already gone. Caught a wind that's blowing for the sun. But if you catch a piece of me that's hanging on, would you look the other way? It's the best thing you can do for me. Oh, and if you get out far enough, heard there's times you can't see land at all. With sky below and sky above, up is what the world's made of. Get so you don't know which way to fall. Yeah, I'm already gone. Caught a wind that's blowing for the sun. But if you catch a piece of me that's hanging on, would you look the other way? It's the best thing you can do for me. No more words without a tune, no more footprints I will leave behind. No more sun, no more moon, no more night that comes too soon, no more seasons raging through my mind. Yes, I'm already gone. Caught a wind that's blowing for the sun. But if you catch a piece of me that's hanging on, would you look the other way? It's the best thing you can do for me. It's the best thing you can do for me. It's the best thing you can do for me. All right, thank you.
I'm, just a wallflower by nature, so I'm sort of solving, usually solving some sort of social dynamic issue that's going on in the room in my head. I'm doing it right now, so look out. And usually that stuff kind of turns into some, humanistic view, very personal of, what's going on in my, immediate sphere. And I might take that home and sort of impressionistically have that become a song. But I rarely write about, like if I was going to write about tonight, I would, nobody here would know what the hell I was talking about. First of all, I mean, you might know what I'm talking about, meaning maybe it's something that resonates with you, but you probably wouldn't know that I was writing about tonight. Just, it's some little thing. Like maybe what I'll take from tonight is thinking like, wow, this interview was awful because I don't know what to say. And, I already said all the stuff in the first set and now I'm being asked to like explain all these things or talk about it. And maybe I would write a song about that feeling of, being put on the spot or, I've never like talked in front of people like this before, so that's a new experience. And so that might be a song, but it would probably be like about a girl maybe, or there'd be like a girl's name in it. So it was like, oh, why is all these girls' names? None of my songs about girls, or a lot of them are actually about girls. They're about this, me sitting on stage talking to you could be a girl named like Amy or something to me, and that could be a song. And you'd be like, wow, what's that? She's a bitch. And it's like, no, it's not a girl.
Outside, through the windows, rainbows circle round the lights. The wind pushes little raindrop pictures across each pane in sight. And she just sits and stares at the cabs and their fares. Oh, all of this used to be wide open spaces. Well, go and ride away any place you like, with your hair down free on your motorbike. The sky, it will hold it, so choose your own weight of moon. A dim cafe filled with empty tables reminds her of the beach. It smells like salt, and the great horizon hangs low and far from reach. There's a light in the street, but it flickers and it's weak. And every night she hopes to God they'll replace it. Oh, go and ride away any place you like, with your hair down free on your motorbike. The sky, it will hold it, so choose your own weight of moon. Just go and ride away any place you like, with your hair down free on your motorbike. The sky, it will hold it, so choose your own weight of moon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I write a lot in the morning when I first wake up. I think I've heard a lot of people do that. It's just it's a good time when your brain is clear and you don't have a lot of stuff of the day kind of pushing down on you. You get a lot of, especially language. Music for me, not so much, like melodies and chords and stuff, but I get language. I'll just free write in the morning and often find like a kernel of something that then I'll go back to and sort of build the branches off it. And yeah, it's so different. Like, I know my friend Chris Delmhorst, who was here not that long ago, she writes a lot like that too, where you have some little kernel of an idea, or might not even really be an idea, but it's a feeling, a kernel of a feeling. Might just be a word that you're hung up on, and then you sort of, it's like hanging things off, like making a mobile or something, and balancing out this thing. And her husband, my friend Jeff Fokal, he writes at least to me, writes like a freight train. He like has this idea in his brain, and he just like, or like a sculptor, he just chisels away all this stuff, and he knows what he's writing about from the get-go. And we wrote one song together, and it took like hours and hours, and I couldn't do it like that. I can write prose like that, but songwriting doesn't work like that for me.
Never gonna leave this town. I finally know my way around. Seen what I can do and expect the same. Show you where to buy your wood. Tell you where the fishing's good. Hey, by the way, I didn't catch your name. And if I look into your eyes, I'll try to cut you down to size, bring you eye to eye with the mind of a little man. Oh, I don't want to cut too deep. Yeah, I just want to go to sleep with the volume down and a cool one in my hand. Well, get me right. People kind of get me wrong. Well, keep it light. When it's heavy, I can't get along. If you want to ride with me, you gotta learn to let it be. Just hold me tight and pacify my mind. We'll see what's on the radio, try and find the ones we know, and dial out all the static that we find. Well, get me right. People kinda get me wrong. Well, keep it light. When it's heavy, I can't get along. If you wanna ride with me, you gotta learn to let it be. Just hold me tight and pacify my mind. We'll see what's on the radio, try and find the ones we know, and dial out all the static that we find. But get me right. People kinda get me wrong. Keep it light. When it's heavy, I can't get along. Oh, get me right. People kinda get me wrong. Yes, keep it light. When it's heavy, I can't get along.
Thank you. Thank you very much.